project. We're helping kids who have had a major loss in their life,
such as a parent, sibling, or close friend. At the bereavement center, children and young adults, such as those people, come to grieve in a kind of therapeutic setting in places such as the sand room, narrative room, music room, and more that we'll talk about later. So let's show you.
There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain that goes on and on. Empty chairs at empty tables. Now my friends are dead and gone. Here they talked of revolution. Here it was they lit the flame. Here they sang about tomorrow, and tomorrow never came.
Welcome to the narrative room. In this room, clients can express their feelings non-verbally in ways like arranging these into sentences, so that way they don't actually have to say it out loud, because sometimes it's easier to grieve that way. And they also can read stories that relate to their lives and teach them how to cope and things like that, and make collages, and they can write stories in this room, and that's about it.
This is the movement room, and this is where clients can come and they can play different games, and this is like kind of a padded room, and they can, I guess they can kind of take out their anger. And this is another segment of the movement room, and it's like for kinetic release, and they can release their energy and their emotions. If they are grieving losses, then they can take that out. And this section of the movement room is obviously the dance studio, and it's where the younger clients can dance and just move around and have free space to do what they'd like.
There's a pain goes on.
So this is the art room, and here the clients can act out their emotions through like painting or drawing or play in that section. And also, and those things help them act out things through art. Like the emotions they're feeling can sometimes be expressed better through art than they can through words. Here is where the painting happens, and painting is really good for them to like, because a lot of times they'll do like finger painting or something, so like it's really good to help them like actually feel their emotions like physically. What this is the kids will, or not just kids, I mean the older people do sometimes too, but so what they do is they think about all their problems, and they like figuratively put all their problems in this piece of glass, and then they smash it on the floor. It's a symbol of them like letting go. And then at that point they then piece it back together. They piece it back together and they melt it in the kiln, which shows that like things can be fixed and like people can heal. It's like a figurative process that like parallels their grieving process and like what they're going through inside. And then also here is where clients will put paint in this, and then it spins around, which it just throws things everywhere, which is fun.
When you were young. So this is the sand room, and in the sand room the kids can like release their stress throughout with like the sand. They can play in the sand, they can write things in the sand, or they can use like the figurines to interact with scenes that may have happened that made them feel bad, like funeral scenes or happy scenes. And it's basically just a way for them to release stress. They can mix colors and sand is a way for them to communicate non-verbally. And then we have white sand, which is kind of representative of pureness and heaven, and the other sands is where they can mix the colors into and kind of get more of their anger out, while the white sand is supposed to be like heaven and needs to stay, for the most part, white.
This is the music room, and when people are grieving or if they experience any other kind of trauma, the section of their brain that handles playing instruments and singing and like, you know, like the tonal bass or whatever, is actually stunted, or it kind of stops developing for a while, and they're actually not able to play instruments and things like as well during that time. And so what this room does is it stimulates those sections of the brain so that way they can regain that ability, and it also gives them a really good way to like release their emotions through music.
This is part of the drama room, and it just has different kind of props and stuff. And as we go over here, this is our theater place, and clients can put on skits and stuff and just kind of have fun playing around, and it just kind of helps them release and let go of their emotions. And also this room kind of helps them come to terms with different scenes they've gone through and deaths that they've gone through in their lives by acting them out.
Talk. Welcome to the narrative room. In this room, the patients can talk. I have no motivation because I know you can cut all this out. Good. I really want to have a sea salt popsicle this summer. It's going to be the theme of my summer.
Starting over, go.
Okay, so, fast.
Close your legs.
I didn't say that. This is the narrative. I unearthed this giant piece of sand. It's probably a bead. Besides, it's not like wait, don't throw sand. It's not.
You're making me angsty.